It's all going according to plan. And they're still pumping for Iran, okay? Oh, before I go any further with this, I made a little note here. Here you go with politics. The CBC has been losing funding, okay, over the last few years. They're desperate about funding, so this poor little guy, Gameshi, okay, I don't know, is he about 5'5" or something? He weighs 130 pounds. So now, and of course, he has to fight the women off with a stick. There's all kinds of groupies. There's no shortage of women. He's cute, he's got lots of money, he's famous, blah, blah, and the groupies are all out there. Pick me, pick me. So a couple of years ago, he picked somebody who, for 2 years, they've been having the little sex games, whatever, and all of a sudden he dumps her. I mean, this is how it goes. He dumps her for some reason, so she's going to get even. So she's blabbing to everybody, hey, you did it for 2 years, whoever you are. He's in the limelight. She's protected, no name, no picture. I mean, we don't even know who the hell she is. So they're taking the hearsay, and because they want conservative funding, they're going to hang him up to dry because his behavior does not suit the conservative attitude, okay? And I've seen the guy. He's not exactly Superman. I've seen him. So we don't know anything about her. For all we know, she could have beaten him up. We don't know. Oh, we're having rough sex. Well, what is that to some little guy that weighs 130 pounds? What? I slapped her. Oh, okay. See, we don't know anything. This is what they do, but the politics of it is, no matter how many awards he's won, no matter whatever they're doing, she's been doing it for 2 years. 2 years after I decided, this isn't really good for me. No, he dumped her. So this is the revenge thing, and to save their funding, because the conservatives, you've seen Harper, okay? Harper, just one look at Harper's face, okay? We're looking at someone who's almost in medieval times. So if they want funding, they're going to have to hang them out to dry, which they will do. But I would like to see who this poor woman is, what she is, who she is. So he's going to be, and he hasn't been charged. It's all hearsay, not even charged. And they might never charge him because if he's charged, he has to have his day in court. Oh yeah. But if he's not charged and he loses everything, he doesn't get his day in court.
But he's suing them for $50 million.
What?
He's suing them.
Oh, I know he's suing them, but I'm saying, you can't just assassinate someone's character like that over hearsay.
Exactly.
Well, then show us the woman.
So what's the
Who is she?
So I don't get it. What's this got to do with the CBC losing money?
They get funding from a conservative government.
Oh, okay. So they fired up the money.
He is not exactly behaving like a conservative. And we don't know what kind of, who got his first. Like I say, he could have been the one beaten up.
Oh, that's not.
So we don't know. So the poor little guy, all right?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So the terrorist thing is absolute nonsense about this kid in Ottawa, and nobody came near him. What he did, from getting the car, from driving up the lawn, not one. Where were the RCMP then? Are they not around? Like the other guy was in front of the memorial. Weren't there any other RCMP soldiers anywhere? We're never going to know that, okay? That was what he did. Then they went in after him finally, bang, bang. Okay. Disgusting and sloppy. It was a sloppy movie, okay?
Agreed.
A grade B movie. So, it was like the Beltway snipers. The two little Arab guys in the broken down car way back after 9/11 on the Beltway. And they were supposed to have popped off. They were supposed to be like so good. And they were supposed to have done it from inside the trunk of their rundown car through a little peephole. They picked off. Oh, they were wonderful. They just got in the trunk and picked them all up. What nonsense. And one of them executed. What nonsense. What happened was a couple of CIA guys, or Mossad, noticed them, came up to them and said, you can help the CIA. You're going to be heroes. And these two poor little things listened, oh yeah, we will. They told them where to be, on every day where to be. Of course, they had to be on the scene to be blamed, but they thought they were helping the CIA. Oh, look at us, we're heroes. Look, we're part of the CIA, woo woo. That's what happened there. And of course, one of the women who was bumped off, a few around her were bumped off to disguise, they only wanted her. She was bumped off outside the depot, the Home Depot, putting something in her car, but she had access to a lot of files they didn't want her to have access to. So when you don't want to be spotted for killing so-and-so, you have a few more killings around them. This is what they did on the Beltway, so that people wouldn't notice who they really wanted. And she was the only one in that group of people that had access to those files, okay? So this is how it's done, and who gets blamed. Now, let's see. Now, why, here's my reasons for why these are called bankers' proxy wars. All wars start in the bankers' boardroom. Yes, they do. The wars are discussed. The contracts are signed before the invasion. It's already decided who gets to do the urban renewal, the free demolition with the bombs, and then Bechtel or something belonging to Rumsfeld or whatever. They've done the contracts, they come in to do the rebuilding. It was in the Second World War they did that. And they're still doing it, and Bechtel was around then. War is a business, killing is a business. You just have to ask who benefits. And the whole White House is full of weapons manufacturers. Is it Cargill? No, Carlisle. Carlisle people, the Bechtel, Rumsfeld, they're all in there. It's all a big business, okay? So here's what I'm saying here. So the debt, in the beginning, the debt from the money from thin air, from private bankers, the debt leads right into war. It can't go anywhere else because their plan cannot work, so they have to keep depopulating. This phony money requires war. It cannot support a full population, so the population is blamed. So the debt leads to the war. The war makes the bankers even richer. They lend to both sides all the time, okay? And it doesn't matter who wins, they're the ones who win, all right? So first of all, it's about the debt, the war, so it's for the bankers so that the whole globe can be mortgaged, not just part of the globe, okay? These countries, none of these countries had a private bank. Their central banks belonged to the people. The ruler, the oil went back to the people to help them out. None of these countries had a Rothschild bank. None of them. The only ones left that did not. So they were the ones that had to be destroyed. And in Iraq now, the IMF, that's Rothschild. The Rothschild bank is in there. All their oil's been stolen, and their people are all going to die very soon, okay? So mass murders, and that's what they want to do in Iran as well. So now they've done that in Libya. They've taken over everything Gaddafi did. They've torn him to ribbons, and they've got their own, these are the people that are starting up all these civil wars, okay? Mossad and the CIA have worked together for years. Yes, that's who's in there doing it all. So if you're wanting to know what ISIS is, it's still these same people. Added to that, from Saudi Arabia, you've got all these mercenaries because, what's his name, Saudi Arabia, the king, whatever, he let all the worst miscreants out of the prisons. So now they're doing all the mercenary with these. They're over there now. They've all thousands were let out of the prisons, okay, to give help. So the second one, so it's for the bankers so that they can go into all these countries. Nothing left on the globe, nobody able to use their own bank, everybody paying interest to the same group. Total slavery on the planet. Debt, the debt money is slavery. It's invisible. You're not wearing chains, but you are. It's slavery. The whole planet, these are the only places they haven't, well, they've done this one now, they've done this one, they're in this one, and now they're halfway through there. Oh yeah, it'll all get done. And they'll put a nice movie out for you to watch, and the enemy, blah, blah, blah. Two, they want to surround Russia. Okay. See what happened before. When the wall came down, all the carpetbaggers rushed in. People like Berezovsky, who had to leave for England, they rushed in when the wall came down. Carpetbaggers, like during the Civil War in America. People from the north all came down, scooped everything up, you know, paid nothing, out they go. Putin stopped that. Ooh, they don't like him. Some of them had to escape to England. And he said, no, you're not taking any more, get out, or you'll be jailed for